Welcome to Approved Home Pros. I am your host and co-founder, Sean Johnson, here yet again with Greg Cantor from Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel. How you doing, Greg?
I'm good. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing very well. Is the shoulder almost back to normal, or where are you? Greg had surgery, for those that don't remember.
It's getting there. I'm still feeling it a bit, but it's going to get better.
Can you drive?
I can drive. I finally started driving this week, so I'm really excited about that.
Well, are you driving well?
I think so.
All right. Okay. We'll let you keep the license and stay on the road. Are you driving one-handed though, right?
One hand under and one hand on top.
Creative. So today on the show, we got a great show packed full of great content. We're going to talk about why solar is wonderful for your pocketbook. People know that, but also why it's great for the environment, and you don't really have to work too hard to make that environmental benefit. So we're going to talk about that. Also, deck coatings. There's a lot of options out there, but there really is a difference with some coatings, what they can do for you, and just the way they look, too.
You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, but you don't have to pay too much. Also, window films. I think people don't realize all the benefits of window films, what they do, and now's the time to do it because you're going to get the most benefit.
And it's a year-round, an advantage year-round with window coatings.
Absolutely, and it's very small investment for the payback. So I think people also don't realize that. So let's just jump into it. By the way, though, if you missed TV, we're on ABC 10 every Saturday morning at 6:55 and 8:55. Linda Martin is there and does our check-ins. This morning, we were talking about flooring trends from Superior Floor and Cabinet Design, and Classy Closets was on, talking about what to do with your guest room when the guests are gone. Great segment, and you want the guests to be gone, they kept on saying, which is true.
Want the guests to be gone?
Well, after 3 days, guests and fish both stink. So, all right. Jeff Corelli from Sunlight Solar, he's been on the show many times in the past. Member of the network. We love talking with you, and we talk about solar a lot, Jeff. So
we do,
and it's for a lot of reasons. It's a great thing, but you have a perspective that I think we don't talk about enough, which is the environmental side. Was the environmental benefit part of your mindset when you started the company?
Absolutely, yeah. That's where it actually started. Aside from, obviously, like you mentioned, everybody talks about the financial benefit. What does get lost is the impact it does have on the economy, and not just the economy, the environment, actually.
Both.
But yeah, when we got started, my partner and I, we had a vision to actually allow a customer to obviously save some money. That goes hand in hand with utility prices and rates and whatnot. But additionally, to reduce the carbon footprint, because I have kids, he has kids, a lot of us have kids, and so moving forward, there was certainly a vision towards that aspect of it, because it is the right thing. People understand that to a point, but when you talk about the reduction of fossil fuels and all the environmental reasons why, with the entire global warming aspect of doing the right thing, just doing your part, it certainly had an impact as far as why to focus strictly on solar versus maybe other home improvement products.
Well, and where can you get cleaner energy than solar?
You can't. You can't. It's as clean as you can get.
Greg, you bring up a great point. And, say what you want, whatever your perspective is on fossil fuels and global warming, whatever your perspective is. I think we have a giant ball of exploding hydrogen up in the sky every day, raining down all the energy our planet has ever needed and will ever need for maybe 5-6 billion years to come. It's free. Right. Why would you not want to harness that? And as a homeowner, it's raining down on my roof every day. Why wouldn't I want to harness that instead of paying somebody else for power?
And you need other sources for energy, but to reduce the need and the use of those other types of energy sources it's just a no-brainer.
Right. And technology, when I say it provides all the energy we'd ever need, in theory, I mean the number of kilowatts that rain down on the planet, and there's technology that has to be invented to free up all of that. But for residential solar, it's a no-brainer on the financial side and
Correct.
the environmental side.
No, absolutely, and they go hand in hand. You're living in your home every single day. Every single month, you're going to get a bill from the utility company.
And we all love to get that bill.
Right. And you have roof space, which is what everybody wants. and that's where the panels are, ideally should go when they do go. But when you can put solar on your own roof and make and your home's an investment, right? I mean, it's basically like your own business. So putting solar on top of your roof is like owning your own business, having your own utility company up on your roof that you're already paying a mortgage for as it is, and you can't get cleaner energy any way, shape, or form.
Well, when you talk about getting your bill, I enjoy getting my bill because it's almost nothing because of solar.
So you have solar.
So I can give the finger to the power company.
Do you stand there, open your bill, and actually give the finger like to the air, and just kind of?
No, but I think about it.
You should do that.
Did you have a utility burning celebration yourself when you
went
got
down
that
to the
first
utility
bill?
department and burnt? No,
I said I was going to go up on my roof and dance naked.
oh, that's way too much information, Greg. And as radio switched off all over San Diego County, but Jeff and Greg. The thing I think is also needs to be made clear, a lot of things, if you want to do something for the environment or the economy or whatever, it takes a lot of effort. Now, it's great to put that effort in, but with going solar, there is basically zero effort needed on an ongoing basis or to make the decision. It's just go with the solar.
Correct. And like we spoke earlier with Greg and whatnot, the key is to make sure the right solar company is doing that for you. But when they do, like we do, as long as, it's installed properly and you get power turn on, absolutely, it's turnkey to the homeowner. The homeowner can live their life like they do every day, and what they'll do is reap the rewards of saving money every single month with solar. But they don't have to be cognizant of doing something every single day to ensure that their solar is turned on. It doesn't work like that.
So you can be environmentally conscious, but not have to wear a tie-dyed Grateful Dead shirt and eat granola, basically, right?
That's right.
Greg, what are you going to say?
And let's not underestimate your point about the right company, because there's so many variables. There's the quality of the equipment, the installation, the system being engineered properly, because there's a lot of companies that just go out and just slam a bunch of panels on with no thought about the cost or, the need or any of those things.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And you bring a good point, because it goes from the modules to the inverters and the racking. And then we haven't even talked about the licensed installers that are actually doing the work. So you want to ensure that you're going with a reputable company.
And we're going to cover more of that when we get back after the break, because it is key to choose the right company and to be able to make the most use of everything we're talking about. Jeff, what's the number to call Sunlight Solar?
619-489-7277.
So you can call Jeff and the Sunlight Solar team. They're going to help walk you through all this. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about all of these environmental and the pocketbook benefits and how to make sure that the right company is doing it and in the right way. I think it's time now for the Ace Hardware Project of the Week. Are we right? Stacy, Jess, are you on the line with us?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
So, Stacy, you are with two of the area Ace Hardware stores. Which two?
Yes, I am with Griffin Ace Hardware in both Del Mar, Carmel Valley, and Forest Ranch.
I acted like I didn't know that. I know because I've been to both stores many times. You have some tips for us today on lawn and garden and some maintenance.
I do, yes. It is springtime, so it's time to get out of the house and start thinking about the lawn and your gardens again. And again, this weekend's going to be perfect because it's just beautiful outside, but it's not too warm yet.
Yeah, that's important. It's nice to be able to do your lawn when it's nice outside or your yard. In terms of specific tips, let's talk about weeds.
Right. Well, first of all, obviously, this is a time we've had a little bit of rain this year, but not too much. So we want to make sure that when you're getting your lawns ready, that you're really thinking about weeds and you're stopping those weeds before they start flowering, because then it turns into a whole much bigger problem. So you want to get out there early and start with a turf builder that includes some sort of crabgrass preventer or weed preventer in it. Now that it's early spring, obviously, we want to apply that now before we get those consistent warm days of 80 degrees or so.
If somebody doesn't know exactly what to use and they go into one of the Ace stores, will you show them the right products? And
Oh, absolutely. We have a bunch of products in there that can help, a bunch of different Ace products, Scott's products, and a wide variety of items that we can help them with.
And quickly, another major consideration is moisture and keeping that moisture in. We're in a drought potential situations. So if you fertilize correctly, then it cuts down on water use.
Exactly, right. You want to get that at the very beginning, and you want to use the right fertilizer and the right tools and products, and we have all of those in the Ace Hardware stores for you in San Diego.
What about bare spots? Any tips on bare spots?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to start by getting all the dead thatch out of there by raking the areas first, and then you can loosen the soil and apply the fertilizer to the area. And then you'll apply your good high-quality grass seed on top of that, and then water it consistently as well. We always tell people that only about 6 seeds per square inch will survive. So, don't throw a bunch of seeds on there. Kind of let it start growing and then reseed as necessary from there.
I always way overseed. It's just what I do. Some special.
You're just wasting your money.
I know. But I do it. I don't know why.
Exactly.
Some red hot buys
a lot
right
of people
now.
do.
$11.99 each for your choice of Ace Spring Brace Rake or Leaf Rake with fiberglass handles.
Yep, and we also have some other garden tools, fiberglass garden tools on sale this month for $14.99 for our Ace Rewards customers. And you'll save $2 on the Ace lawn fertilizers and weed and feeds that we have on sale this month if you're a Rewards customer.
Thank you very much, and just go to sdacehardware.com.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to the Approved Home Pro Show. We've screened and vetted experts in all areas of home improvement. I should be able to say what we do. And listed them for you free at ApprovedHomePros.com. So basically everything we're talking about today, it's all at ApprovedHomePros.com.
Yes, it is, and it's easy to use.
So we've been talking with Jeff Corelli from Sunlight Solar about how easy it is to go solar and how easy it is to make a positive impact on our community and the environment with that one same choice. And it's one of the few things I think in life that it's a win-win-win all the way around. But in prep, Greg, you brought up a great point because, Jeff, you had said basically it's such an easy decision and a no-brainer. But, Greg, you said if you choose the right company to do it.
Right, and we see doing remodels, we see so many times where bad work has been done, whether it be ignoring the roof and just putting panels in without considering the roof. And then we sometimes get calls when there's roof leaks on work we did, and we come to find out that it's a bad solar installation, not our roof.
But we can't put these out there with the specific companies, but you'll come and show me pictures on a regular basis about bad solar installs. Do you see those same kind of stories out there, Jeff?
Yeah. We're actually fixing a lot of other companies' subpar work, let's just say. But it's a fact. There's a lot of other solar companies that don't really care as much as their reputation as they should, and it's just a matter of ensuring that they can just slam solar on somebody's roof without any regard as far as how the panels should be installed, need to be installed, and ensuring that the customer does get power turn on. And you know what? We have a great reputation for Sunlight. We do.
You do, and it's one of the reasons that we chose you to be a part of the network. We met you through the Hero program. And in working with you, we just said this is a company that fits in our network. But, one of the things that I hear all the time in picking the right company to work with, and I think it's very true in solar, is that sense of it might not be right, I'm being pushed, I'm being sold, starts in the sales process, not the installation process. Don't people really generally feel that when they're being called on and high pressured?
Yeah. That's exactly where it starts because people are contacting homeowners on a regular basis via the phone, canvassing, knocking on their doors. However,
tackling people as they walk down the street,
and it's these other companies that have again maybe a reputation that they wouldn't even want to have, but nonetheless it ruins it for a lot of other companies with good reputations because they're not going to allow great companies like ours with a great reputation the time in order to consider it based off of all these other tactics as far as pushing people, trying to talk people into it, so on and so forth.
Well, I'm going to be careful here because we're on a radio show, and I'm not, and I advertise myself, but you have to be careful, especially with the big companies that just advertise like mad because they're looking for new people that don't know about them because they don't have a good reputation frequently. Not always, but sometimes.
That does happen because they have to draw new people in that, you're right, Greg, that aren't aware of their reputation. With Sunlight Solar, you're going to get a consultative approach. You're going to be asked a lot of questions. You're going to be able to ask them questions, ask you questions. And and it goes back to what we were talking about, you're going to be able to feel good about your choice to go solar.
Right. And what we do, Sean, is we like to just basically run the numbers, show them how much they can save with Sunlight Solar. We'll take a look at their electric bill. We'll size up the system that they need. We'll go through their kilowatt usage, and this is a mutual exchange. As long as they want to do business with us, we'll still want to attempt to do business with them. But we're not forcing anybody to go solar. We're just going to show you, do the numbers warrant it? Look how much money you can put back into your own household. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. At least we gave you the information.
It sells itself when you present it that way.
It does sell itself, and the numbers speak for themselves.
Absolutely. You're going to get the consultative approach with a company that we stand behind and endorse, which is Sunlight Solar. Call Jeff and the team at Sunlight Solar today. The number is 619-489-7277. Again, 619-489-7277. Or go to approvedhomepros.com and look for solar, and Jeff and Sunlight are listed right there. And if you call right now or anytime you mention Approved Home Pros, 10% off up to $500.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Correct.
Jeff, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being a part of the network and talking with us this morning. You're going to stick around for the rest of the show?
Yes.
Awesome. So, Greg, time to switch topics a little bit. We have Paul Frankel, who's been on the show many times, Perkins Custom Coatings. We talk about garage coatings all the time with you because you do beautiful garage floors. And with a product called SpartaFlex is normally what we talk about. By the way, welcome to the show. I should have said hello and given you a chance to say hi back.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
But today we're going to talk about deck coatings, which is a topic we don't cover as much, but deck coatings are really important.
It is important because when you do a deck with a coating, you want it to last and hold up and be able to be durable.
So are there differences in deck coating products, or if you're going to pick a coating for your deck, are there real differences between what you're going to get?
There are. The thing that I found is that, all deck coatings look beautiful when they're first installed. The question, that I think all homeowners need to ask is, what's your expectation? Do you want it to last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? My experience is that most of the deck products, once they're what we call semi-rigid or cementitious in nature in some form or another.
Cementitious, that's going to be my word of the day.
And that is something that is semi-rigid, is not truly flexible. Has some give to it, but if you're on a second-story deck, that ocean view deck, whatever, a backyard deck, and you've got living space underneath that deck, your deck not only has to be waterproof, but it has to hold up to the sun and the elements and the movement of the underlying material, whether it's plywood or lightweight concrete, whatever it is. And I have seen so many applications where you get one little crack, and then that crack allows water to intrude, and then it's the beginning of the end for your deck.
So I want to clarify, just to back up a second, where these coatings, where they're applied. We're talking about walking decks, roof decks, on-grade decks.
What's on-grade deck?
Like a deck that's on your first floor with maybe one step going up to it.
Pool deck.
Pool decks, slabs. So there's various different applications. And on a roof situation, you use this product instead of typical roofing because it's durable and it can withstand the load and furniture and people walking on it.
So really, in those situations where like a rooftop deck, your deck is a roof.
It is,
so it needs to be treated that way. And these products, we have some samples. I wish you'd see them on, wish this was, you could come in the studio and touch them and feel them. They have a surface to them. There's some grit to them. So is that for like have them being non-slip?
Yeah, there's finishes, varying finishes that we can do in varying colors, obviously, as well. The idea is that you want a surface that's going to be durable, that you can walk on. You're not going to damage your roof by walking on it. Of course, it's also having a little bit of irregularity in the deck surface helps in terms of keeping the sun from beating down on a single layer of material. So it actually changes some of the height variations, and it allows the material to thrive in an environment where it's exposed to the sun every day.
So Paul, I have a question because I know there's a lot of different products out there, different applications, different price points, and different maintenance required on these products. For what you're doing, this deck coating, is there sealing that needs to be done at some point, or what's the warranty on your product?
Yeah, this product is the name of the product that we use is called Tough Flex, and the base of this material it's a rubberized urethane. And so I'm actually twisting a piece of it right now in front of you, and you can see how flexible it is.
He really is.
And it's very incredibly flexible, but it is it's not a cementitious material. And of course, putting it down on a surface like an upstairs deck, there is materials. We do have to anchor it to the deck by using a mesh system, but it is put down in layers, similar to any other material out there. But the nice thing is that it literally has a lifetime warranty against cracking, and there is no other deck coating that I'm aware of that can give you that.
And so do you have to seal it at some point, or is it maintenance free?
It's virtually maintenance free. Over time, you may want to apply another brightening color, just to bring it back to its original appearance. But the material itself doesn't crack. Because
that's unique. Most of the other coatings they recommend sealing them every few years.
That's right.
This is something I probably want to cover after the break. But I'm curious because I know there are differences between different coatings. There's different brands and products out there. Is what happens if I choose a cheap, lesser deck coating product than this? What risks do I have? What things am I going to be dealing with if I make that decision?
I think we should hit all those points after the break.
After the break, we're definitely going to do all that. You can call Paul and Perkins Custom Coating. What's the number, Paul?
619-333-8783.
One more time.
619-333-8783.
And Paul and Perkins Custom Coatings, they really are artists with these coatings and decks, and they can do anything that you need, and they're going to give you a great consultative sale to answer any of your questions. So call them today, and when we get back, more with Approved Home Pros. Welcome back to the Approved Home Pro Show. You can find us here on Kogo every Saturday morning from 9 to 10, and don't forget to connect with us online at approvedhomepros.com. Greg, a company that we talk about a lot is We Care Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They've been around for 15 plus years. Bob Briley is one of our regular guests on the show and just always gives great tips, great information about heating and air and plumbing. They have won just about every award you can win in the HVAC world. Great folks over there. Right now, like most of our pros, 10% off up to $500 when you mention Approved Home Pro. So for any HVAC or plumbing need, call We Care, 619-333-8646. I did that almost like a radio professional.
Well, aren't you a pro?
No.
No?
No, I mean, in some things.
Well,
radio.
you're getting there.
I'm getting there. So when we left off before the break, talking with Paul Frankel from Perkins Custom Coatings about deck coatings and the differences between them, and covered a lot of great things. My question was, if you choose to go with a cheaper or lesser deck coating product, what are the troubles you're going to run into? My guess is there's a lot of them that you're going to tell us about. But Paul, what are the problems we might run into?
The biggest one that I've seen is that the material, these other systems, these what I call semi-rigid systems, they develop cracks, whether it's on a seam, whether it's near the transition to the wall. Once you have a crack in that surface, water will intrude and it will cause potentially, obviously, a leak, but within the system, the deck system itself, it'll cause the deck system to begin to fail.
And those cracks can happen for many reasons. We get earth movement. I've seen 2x4s and beams shrink and twist. And that causes cracks.
Shrinkage. Temperature variations. 110 plus degrees in the summer, 20, 30 degrees in the winter in some parts of the county.
And I'm sure you've seen a lot of these kind of deck coating failures in the past, Greg. Have you seen this? Is it a common thing?
I've seen them on houses that, we go look to give a quote for other work because we don't use those cheap products, but I see it all the time. And you can just tell the difference, even visually, the cheap compared to what Paul is selling here.
A point that he made, I'm going to skip past this quickly because I want to get to some other stuff. But if you did make the mistake of going with the lesser product, there's times that Paul can even go over the top of that with his product without having to pull the other up. There's not all the time, but there are ways to do that. But I want to jump into something that got my attention, which is equestrian or kennel applications for these coatings. Talk about that.
Yeah, because the system is a rubberized urethane, it has a lot of give to it. It's not. I don't want you to get the idea it's like walking on a trampoline or something. It's not soft and saggy.
That would be fun though.
But it has some give to it, and because of that, it's a natural application for equestrian situations. Almost any animal surface where you maybe you don't want your pets or your animals at your house to be on a cold, hard slab of concrete all the time. This is a great solution for that.
So even not on a deck, you could put it other places beside the deck, just anywhere that animal, that horse or any animal's going to walk.
Go ahead, Greg.
I was just going to say, but if you're a human and you're using that product on a walking deck, you're going to feel that give too. It's going to feel much better than walking on a semi-cementitious material.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got a lot of give to it, and we've got I've got some samples here that I'm showing these guys. I wish you could see them, but it's a nice surface for horses in particular. This particular application sample I've got is designed for equestrian uses, but we've used it in kennels very successfully. Canine Companions up in Oceanside has our application up there, and they love it.
And I imagine, Paul, you bring those samples out to people's homes when you show them your products.
Greg, that was a great segue into calling Paul and having I was going to say he and his team, but generally it's you, Paul, that go out that people get to talk to. And you will do a full consultation with them, give them guidance, and really we're going to do a whole show on the fact that you don't have a sales process. You have a process of consulting and giving people recommendations. What's the number somebody would call you at?
619-333-8783.
One more time.
619-333-8783.
And save 10% off up to $500 when you mention Approved Home Pros with these deck coatings or a garage floor coating. Great, beautiful stuff from Perkins Custom Coatings. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And you're coming back next month, and we're going to talk about some other areas, a lot more with the garage. I can't wait for that. We're switching up again today. Got a lot of great topics. Virgil Ryan, good friend of ours, Superior Window Solutions. And Virgil, window tinting is something that we've talked about on the show. And I think people may be aware of some of the benefits, but probably not all of them. So I want to cover them. But you said that now is a really good time to do a window film application for your house. Why is now a good time?
Yeah, good. That's a good question, Sean. Good morning. Now's a good time because, unfortunately, what I see out there in the industry is most of my clients experience a great deal of their fading and sun damage during this time of year. You don't feel the heat as much, so it's an out of sight, out of mind thing. So think about, you go to work in the morning, it's dark, right? You come home, it's dark. So we can't wait for summer. Unfortunately, your furniture, your flooring, everything in there experienced the summer sun, the summer heat, and the summer damage. You just didn't see it because you're at work all day. So therefore, out of sight, out of mind. You forget to close your shades, forget to protect your furniture, your belongings, and protect your home. Film protects you all the time, whether you're there or not.
Well, and I don't think homeowners realize that the UV can even fade wood floors. I was at a house this week with oak flooring that looked orange because it's a very light house with lots of windows, and the UV rays come through, and over time it turns the flooring into either yellowish or orangish tint to it.
Yeah, we love our woods. Certain species of hardwoods get darker, certain species get lighter. But it's all equates to the same thing. It's sun damage. And the floors will tell you what's happening to your home. If your floors are fading, I guarantee everything else in the home is fading to be affected as well, including your pocketbook for your energy efficiency.
And how about clothes in your closet if you have windows or skylights?
How many skylights and windows do you see in a closet? I've got a lot of executive types that have very nice suit and wardrobes that unfortunately experience a lot of damage due to that factor.
Yeah, we have closet doors we leave open way too much. Right? I think we probably experienced that. Window tinting is something that I think in the past people associate it with car tinting, and they have a bad perception of it, but it's nothing at all like that.
Yeah.
And there are nothing at all. It's just a completely other world than that, because you don't even have to have any shade put to the
Correct.
tinting that you're doing.
It's a different focus.
When we get back after the break, I want to talk with you about that. Really, what are some of the tinting options? What really are some of the benefits that it gives to people, and why is now a great time to be able to do it?
And on the same line as what we talked about earlier about hiring the right company, because that's another industry where there's a lot of really bad guys out there.
Just like Paul, I see the worst examples of the industry out there all the time when clients are having me come out to redo their window film because unfortunately someone before them picked the wrong, maybe not just the wrong contractor, but the wrong product line.
It's one of the reasons I brought up the automotive thing, because there's a lot of really bad companies out there that they think they can do a home because they've done 2 cars and they went to the big box store and bought some films. What would be the number if somebody wanted to call you to be able to have you come out and do an evaluation of the home and what the needs are?
You can reach out to us anytime at 619-500-9465.
One more time.
619-500-9465.
And I think the main question that I'm going to want to cover is what causes people to make that call when they call you, because we talked about that in prep. So when we come back, we're going to cover that with Virgil from Superior Window Solutions, one of only 2 companies in all of San Diego would ever recommend to tint your home. They are just wonderful. So you're listening to Approved Home Pros, and you can find us all the time at approvedhomepros.com.
You're listening to the Approved Home Pro Show, your friends in the home improvement business.
Welcome back to Approved Home Pros. We are talking this morning with Virgil Ryan, good friend of the show, from Superior Window Solutions. We said before the break, there's not many companies out there in San Diego that we would recommend for window tinting and window films. And this is, and I shouldn't even say tinting, window films, because a lot of it doesn't even have tint. But Virgil Ryan and Superior is. Thanks again for coming on the show this morning, Virgil.
Thanks again, Sean.
Greg, before the break, we said we wanted to cover a question I think is core, which is what causes people to call Virgil? Like, what's that pain point for them? Is that kind of the question we want to ask?
Yes, for sure. Because, I mean, if you have good windows that function properly and you don't want to go to the expense of replacing them, but they're not energy efficient, the window film is, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Is that what causes people? Is the efficient? What pushes them to pick up the phone and call you?
It's kind of seasonal, Sean. What happens is, Greg hit on a point there. It is efficiency. So a lot of times, I used to be a general contractor. All right, I had a construction company. We did everything for 15 years. One of the first things we did when a client was calling us about energy efficiency was we change out their windows because that's what we've always been taught. Well, we'd find out that actually didn't do the job. So trying to do a better job for my clients, I researched more materials out there, and I found window film. High-performance window films do the job. Simple as that. And it's actually one of the few things out there that has a lifetime warranty. That secures my clients. That secures my clients' interest, the investment of the home, not just for that day, for that summer, but for as long as they're in that home. It's a great product. I use it myself. I have it on my own home, my own vehicles. Home and vehicle is 2 different points of use, whether it's aesthetic value or it's energy efficiency or just protecting your investment, protecting your home, keeping that new home looking new. So when they call me, what I mean by kind of seasonal, it's individual. Some clients are too hot. Some clients just bought a new piece of artwork. Some clients just refinished their floors because the other floors faded out due to the damage and they saw what happened. They don't want it to happen again.
Well, and the point I'll make when we were talking about replacing your windows or doing the film is the one thing replacing your windows doesn't solve is insulation in the wall. So you have to evaluate if you're going to put all that money into windows. And I'm not saying that it doesn't help you some, but if you have walls that aren't efficient, then you're better off putting the window film on because you're probably going to be as good or better than if you would have replaced the windows, right?
It's much better. The data we've seen coming from government-based third-party administration like the NFRC, the National Fenestration Council. They're the ones who check ratings on windows. They're showing us that a single-pane window, which some of the older homes still have out there, has only about 0.3 insulation factor. Double pane window, a brand new double pane Lowy window has about a 1.7 R value. Your insulation in your walls is what, R19? Ceilings a lot of times is R21. 1.7 on a brand new double pane window. What's that tell you? There's not a lot of insulated factor even on a new window. I put film on, it's going to bring it up to an R7. 7 times the insulated value just by putting it on a window, including single pane.
Which is a point that I think that we need to bring out, which is there's oftentimes that people will call you to put film on brand new windows that they just purchased because it makes sense. And that's probably a big portion of the business that you actually do. There's a lot of applications for window films.
Privacy, too.
Privacy, security. There's so many different things.
Yeah.
Virgil is the expert, just a great guy to be able to help you with any of these. Now is the perfect time to add your window films. Call Virgil at Superior Window Solutions, 619-500-9465. That's 619-500-9465. And Virgil, will you honor the 10% up to $500 if somebody calls you?
Always.
Thank you so much. We love having you on the show. Greg, we're a little rushed, but Cantor's Corner. Say it really fast.
Really fast. Cantor's Corner. No.
Hold on. I'm just getting yelled at by the booth. I made a mistake. I thought we had 2 minutes left in the entire segment, and I cut Virgil off, and I still wanted to talk about other stuff. I just completely made a boo-boo.
So should we go switch gears back to Virgil, or?
Yeah, and then, Greg, you have more time with Cantor's Corner, so it's benefit everybody who wins.
All right.
Sorry. I'm getting the head shake from my wife. I'm totally going to pay the price for this. I'm sorry.
Behind the curtain. We're exposing behind the curtain.
It is. Totally is. So speak back to what we were talking about with putting film on new windows.
Sure. There's a few concerns that I get from my clients when they put these the new windows in. Of course, you have lifetime warranties or 10-year warranties, whatever it might be from the manufacturer of those new windows. A lot of times what the feedback we get is a client is looking for a solution on protection and insulation and energy efficiency when they're trying to put this package together. Well, you have a warranty on those windows. They're afraid of putting that warranty at risk. With the products that we've got, being in this industry so long, we have a great rapport with one of our manufacturers that can actually secure your warranty, so you don't lose the benefits of the warranty of your window package.
You give a brand new warranty that just
correct.
You don't have the window warranty. You have your warranty, which is equal to or better than in
actually, it's even
ways.
better than that. We'll take the manufacturer's warranty and we'll match it, so you don't lose the benefit of the manufacturer warranty. And then on top of that, we put on 2 additional warranties on the glass and a lifetime warranty on the film. So we're not in the business of putting our clients' investment at risk. We're in the business of securing it and giving them the best ROI and energy efficiency they can get in the industry.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that fear of voiding your window warranty, because I think that fear gets played on people when they put those windows in. Is that
you bet.
Don't do
on
anything
top of that, you've got windows in your home. You move into a house, you didn't put windows. You don't have warranties on your glass. We're going to put warranties on them. So all we're doing is giving you something you didn't have before as just a side effect of wanting to reduce the heat and glare, wanting to protect your furnishings. It's good all around.
And you will protect all of those things and protect from fading. Now is really the close that I'm going to be doing, which is call Virgil at Superior Window Solutions. I'll give the number one more time. It is 619-500-9465. It's not deja vu. We did say this a couple of minutes ago, but I was wrong and I messed up. I'm going to argue with the time signals they're giving me because I think they're doing it not the way I want. But Greg, now you actually have time for Cantor's Corner, brought to you by Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel.
So what I want to talk about today is porcelain slabs. It's a relatively new product, and people probably now have seen it in countertops, but I'm getting a lot of people asking about doing slabs in their showers because they don't want all the grout joints and everything. And there's
slabs, not plank?
Slabs.
So it's a full slab. Wow.
This is a full slab, and it can be applied to your shower walls or tub walls, and so you'd only really have 2 joints in the corners if it's a 3-sided shower, or 1 joint if it's a corner shower. It's a great product. It's cost effective. There's numerous manufacturers. There's Neolith. There's Wilson Art. There's other. Dow Tile carries a lot of different manufacturers, so it's a really good product. And if you're trying to have a pretty seamless shower, it's great for aging in place because cleaning is really easy. Definitely consider porcelain slabs.
And that's something I didn't even know existed. So I learn something all the time with the show. I love the no grout lines, easy cleaning. It's something that Murray Lampert and Greg Cantor will educate you about, which is what they do. So call Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel at 619-500-9485. Partially because he gives you such great advice. He is the resident expert here at Approved Home Pros, but largely because it's a great company that's been around for many generations serving San Diego. So, Greg, thank you for that. You're always back with a different Cantor's Corner, so next week we'll be able to cover some more. I want to remind people about Approved Home Pros and the network of contractors that we have, because you can find anything you need. It's not like the national lists. It's not like the Advisor or the List. It is screened and vetted companies that vet their products.
And on our break, Paul was just talking about how our pros, we test our products. We really want to do the right thing and make sure we're providing great service and great products to the homeowners.
Yeah, we don't just screen and vet our companies. The companies screen and vet the products that they use. Coming up next week on the show, if I can flip to our information, we have Pie Pool Service, which is going to be a great segment. Linda Martin's going to be coming in for that. And Milholland Roofing is going to be joining us. So tune in next week at 9 o'clock for Approved Home Pros. Also, don't forget, we're on every Saturday morning, 6:55 and 8:55 on ABC 10 with Approved Home Pros check-ins.
And happy President's Day on Monday.
Oh, yeah, day off. I love that. Happy President's Day.